I would like to give a warm welcome to Mr. Keith Hayward, here on the end, the CEO of Northeast Mississippi Electric Power Association, based in Oxford, Mississippi. During Mr. Hayward's 32 years of service, the Northeast Mississippi Electric Power Association has grown from providing electricity to 10,000 homes and businesses to providing power to approximately 27,000 today. And I'm proud that this association continues to be one of the fastest growing electric power cooperatives in the entire country, doing an outstanding job. And again, Mr. Hayward, thank you for taking the time to come to DC and be with us today and to share your knowledge and insights and ways to improve the rural lives that we have here in this country. Mr. Hayward, there's been a tremendous amount of attention and resources directed toward rural broadband deployment in the 2018 Farm Bill and in recent appropriation bills. One program in particular is the Reconnect Grant, and it's the loan program administered by USDA Rural Development. And I understand your power association has shown a considerable amount of interest in participating in this program. Will you offer some insight as to how this program is helping Northeast Power Association meet the needs of the customers and bridge that digital divide that we so many times experience? What recommendations can you offer on how we could improve to better meet the needs of the people of business rural Mississippi and around the entire country?
Well, first, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for your dedication to the state of Mississippi. It's very well thought of. As far as the Reconnect program, we did apply for the grant-only program. There were some experiences with some difficulties and some rulemaking. In particular, in our area, we have one of the more vibrant areas of Mississippi around Oxford, but we have a great deal of unserved territory of which qualified for the grant application. One of the problems we had is we have the mapping system that's been discussed here before earlier that is really not very accurate, but it is the best that we have. So we're taking government data that's been provided through the FCC that the USDA got, and they give us the territories that we can apply for. And one of the stipulations in the grant program was the fact that it was a 100% that could not have any 10-1 service. And a 100% mark is very hard to reach. It's perfect. So we actually stood up a phone bank of 1,200 and called 1,200 of our members that were in the territories that we were given to try to figure out if we had somebody out there that may be getting service that was not on the map or that we did not know. Because if there was just one challenge, then the way the grant was written, that the whole grant would be disqualified. And we were spending thousands of dollars to apply for this grant. And much like the loan programs, they were a 90-10%. So one of the problems we had was trying to make sure, and we don't know to this day, we haven't received word, we don't know to this day if there were some people out there that maybe we didn't know about or got service in between the time that we applied for the grant. The other issue that we had is we feel like that through some of the stimulus money, there's been several systems that have demonstrated that they can put fiber in the electric space and own the fiber as part of the electric company. And we feel like that the electric GFRs at RUS are not being, they need to talk with the telecoms. I think we're getting a lot of the telecoms are writing some of the rules, and they need to understand their business because we figured out a way to do it differently. If we're going to serve rural, unserved, sparsely populated areas, our structure is different than the telecoms. That's been demonstrated through some other utilities that are out there doing that, and we feel there needs to be a little bit more collaboration between the two different departments within the USDA. Those are the two main concerns. I had one more. If you'll pardon me just a second. And I'm sure we'll talk about this later as I get into some more testimony. The RUS Reconnect program was a 10-1 service minimum. FCC is a 25-3. You know, when I talk to my constituents, the first thing I ask them, can you give me a definition of broadband? Because we've changed the definition of broadband so many times, and by the time we write a new definition with broadband, it seems like it's out of date. I do feel like if there is another program, it needs to be at least 25-3. What we're looking at offering our customers is fiber to the home, which will offer up to gigabit service, because we're building for the future. And that's the way we do for electric co-ops. That's the way we've done for the past 85 years. We build something that's going to stand the test of time. And as you talk to customers, and we rolled out these surveys, and we find people that are trying to run small businesses on their homes, on their data plans, on their cell phones, or trying to do their homework. I'm in a college town. We have several students, and we have professors that are sending out their information on video now, and people taking classes at school. The speeds are getting exponentially faster and faster, and the need for data is getting more and more out there. And, you know, much like Tennessee and Chattanooga, you know, they got gigabit service. I want my members to have gigabit service also, and that can only be done through fiber.